Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from holsingersflyshop.com. Got you a really cool video this week. It's a nymph pattern. But the cool thing is I tied it out of a wildebeest tail that I killed over in Africa. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it at the end of the video, but right now I want to get right into tying it. So here you're going to see a picture of the fly, then the material list to tie it. Okay, here you see this super cool little creation of mine that really catches fish in the vise. Let's get into tying it here. For a hook, I'm using a Holsinger's Fly Shop jig hook. This is a size 14 that I'm tying on here. I tie this 14s and 16s mainly. Going a little heavy for bead here on a 3.5 black slotted tungsten bead from Moonlit. And then I'm just going to start out with some thread here. For thread, I'm using some Summerfly Nano Silk, this 12-aught black. And just get that started on there. And I like to build up a little bit of a dam here, lock this bead in place before I get too far into it. Yeah, we're going to put a tail on too here. So for tail, I'm just using some black. This is black CDC, or Coq de Leon, I mean. Use regular Coq de Leon, whatever you have. You don't have to use black. If you got some black rooster feathers, that's fine too. Just something good and pointy there. So I'm going to set that on top, tie it down, make a couple wraps, and then I'm going to pull it to the length that I want. I don't want it too long of a tail. I want the tail to be proportionate. And then we're going to wrap back to the bend of the hook. When I get back to the bend of the hook, I like to make one wrap underneath it just to kind of hold it up in place there so it doesn't wrap around the bend. And then I'm going to wrap this forward. And if I get a little bit of a big bead like this one here, I just like to wrap that tail up inside it. It just helps hold that bead in place a little bit better. So you don't have to make so many wraps with your thread dam. There we go, that helps. Okay, next piece that I'm going to use is the fibers from my tail. I'll show you the tail of my wildebeest after I'm done tying here. But I got this, the white one is actually from the black wildebeest, and the black one is actually from the blue wildebeest here. I take one of each, and you can substitute that with moose mane. Moose mane has black and white, so just substitute out with moose mane so you can achieve the same effect here. One black fiber, one white fiber. And then I put that in the slot of the bead and then tie it in place. Oops. Pulled a little loose there. There we go. Lost the grip on one, so I'm going to go back and just tie that in. It's no biggie. And then once I get them both tied in side by side, I'm going to wrap them the whole way back to the bend of the tail. Now the first wrap or two is the hardest one on here, and it's hard to get it really nice and tight, but the fish aren't going to care that much. So make this first wrap here. That one looks good. And usually after the first wrap, I take my thumbnail and press it together, get them nice and tight together. It's just going to make you a nice black and white zebra stripe to it here, and just wrap that up the hook. So it's just a cool way of making a quill body, a different way of making the quill body, or the quill body look, I should say. And then trim them off. And honestly, you could fish it just like that, but I like to finish it off with just a little collar. For my collar, I'm using some spiky squirrel dub, and I like to put it in a dubbing loop. And so I'm just going to put my dubbing twister on there, use a little bit of dark brown, and I'm talking a very little bit. You can see how little there. Put that in my dubbing loop once I get it open. There we go. Give it a quick twist. And then 1 or 2 wraps around and we're done. Alright, and then we're just going to whip finish this off, and then I'll clean up that collar and we're done. Easy tie, and it's natural color, so it catches fish. You get that good natural mayfly profile, and fun little pattern for me to tie because it has a lot of sentimental value, but it also catches fish. Okay guys, hope you liked that video. It was a fun one for me. Like I said, I actually used the wildebeest tails that I took on a hunt on over in South Africa. The white-tailed gnu is actually the black wildebeest, and the blue gnu is the blue wildebeest. So the blue wildebeest actually has a black tail, and the black wildebeest has a white tail. But very cool animals, and makes a very cool fly. But like I said in the video, you can just as easily substitute this with some moose mane. Just get yourself some moose mane. There's black and white fibers in the moose mane. Just pick one of each out and tie it, and you'll catch fish on it. It's a great fish catching fly. Has that nice thin profile, and also the black and white, it's just natural color, so it works real great. The black wildebeest actually, I believe, is a CITES animal, so I'm not selling any of these. I'm not going to try. Don't even ask to buy any of them, but you can get them. You can tie them, like I said, you can tie them very easily with moose mane, and that's easily accessible at the fly shop. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. It's been a fun one for me because it was just something to experiment. Whenever I was over hunting, I took the animals, and my PH is like, you got to do something with them tails, make streamers out of them or something. And my first thought was make a nymph out of them, and it worked cool. So it was a lot of fun hunting them, and it's a lot of fun fishing with something that I hunted. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please give us the thumbs up and like our videos and comment on it. You know, I'd love to hear your comments on different things like this that you've used or something like that. So thanks for watching. Until next week when I bring you another video, I'm Sean Holsinger.